You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm my friendship. Oh,
you know what time it is. Raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. And it's Buckeyes by a billion. We in the building with over 100,000. We represent from the uttermost to the public housing. If we don't play, all wide receivers got your secondary shook, so they cook them like Bobby Flay. Hey, stay out of my way and trust me, cause I know it's OH. Somebody please give this brother an IO. Come on.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boyz, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devin. That's Mello. And we've got a little bit of change of plans on multiple levels tonight. We apologize for that. Change number one. We know Caden Dixon Wyatt's mom was supposed to come on tonight. Had a long conversation with her today. If you guys don't know, you about to know. They are currently getting ready for this event right here. So she's kind of swamped dealing with that. So we decided to reschedule for next week because she's going to get us some pictures and some videos from this event. And she'll be able to talk about that on the live show as well. So apologize for that. She will be on. I promise you that. Change number two. Duke Pettijohn is scheduled for tonight. He's trying to come on. We're working on it. He's not home, so he's on a cell phone, not good enough service. He's moving right now, so hopefully he will get good enough service. But we're here. You know, I don't know if that makes you guys happy or sad, but I mean, we're here for you, okay? Nope. But Mello, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good. Got a lot of stuff going on for the first day of fall camp. It's a little crazy, right? Like you're hearing about people getting hurt, quarterbacks looking good, some quarterbacks not looking good, a little up and down. Wide receivers looking amazing. Max Clare looking like the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, we could go on and on and on about everything we're hearing at the first day of fall camp. But the biggest thing that I've taken from it is that this team is hungry and they want to be the first Ohio State team to ever repeat and go back to back. And I think health-wise, that's the only thing that's a question mark for me.
Yeah, we're going to dive into all that right now. We're just going to go on with our updates like we would have anyway. And if Duke comes on, we're going to bring him up. I know he's got some stuff to share, some really exciting news to share, actually. So hopefully he gets on here. But before we do that, guys, chat, we appreciate you guys for showing up like always. It's not a show unless you guys are watching the show. So hit that like button for us. Hit the subscribe button on both channels, the Buckeye Boyz with the Z and Scoop as well. And we appreciate you guys for being here, man. Super chats are open as well. Jump in that chat, man. Make a new friend today. They're good people in that chat, man. Talk to most of them. Just got off the phone with Dennis. Bought tickets to the Washington game. Going on that little sailgate they got going on. So the relationships you can build in that chat, they can be real if you want them to be. It's a pretty cool part of this YouTube world. But, yeah. So let's just get right into it, man. Fall camp, Mello done said it. A lot of things happening. Let me just address the elephant in the room. We're not big about talking about injuries on this channel, but I will say don't think it's anything too serious. And a reminder that this is fall camp. These things happened to Tyreek Williams a couple years ago, and he was just fine. So, you know, we expect things to be fine. He's surrounded by I couldn't think of a better support group and support staff to surround Edric with if there is, you know, something that needs to be done to him. So I expect him to be just fine. Keep on moving. He's young, man. He's going to be all right. He plays football, so he'll be all right. So, yeah, Mello, anything to add to that?
So, yeah, what I heard is not that serious. He probably missed a few days, but that he'll be back and good to go. So that's always good news. It's not going to impact the depth and the quality of the D-line. I expect to see big things for the D-line. You're hearing stuff about KJ just looking like everything that we've been saying on the Buckeye Boyz since last season about him. He stepped up as a leader, and now he's out there just proving it and putting it all on the field. And I guarantee you're going to see a more fast, more twitched up defensive line this year than you did last year. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I'm trying to look now.
Got you a couple. You can keep looking. And then K-Mac, I heard good things about K-Mac. He's eating up double teams. His first step is very quick. He has powerful hands, great hand placement. Just going to be an elite right there. And then obviously our other DNs, Bo Atkinson and Caden Curry, are just doing incredible things. So this D-line is going to be very good. And you can't forget about Logan George. Like, I know people had a lot of question marks about the D-line, but I think it's good hands. Look how quick KJ gets out of there. I just can't wait to watch him chase down Arch Manning and have him running for his life. Because either way it looks, if Arch Manning rolls out the pocket, you either running into Sonny Styles, good luck there, or you running into Arvell. Or you might be running into Peyton Pierce or TJ Alford or Riley Pettijohn. Either way, it's not going to be ending very well for Arch.
Yeah. So starting on the D-line like you did, man, obviously beginning of the season, everybody a little bit worried about, I'm telling you, it started at defensive end. Everybody started there, and then it switched to defensive tackle. Now it's stayed on defensive tackle with the depth. And, Ryan Day has said it over and over again. People want to clip Ryan Day talking about, he needs some guys to step up. Well, why don't they clip these and talk about, hey, depth questions are answered and we're fine? Because what they're not talking about is when Ryan Day says, well, we looked at the portal and thought to ourselves, is there somebody better in the portal? And their answer to that question was no. And he responded by saying, no, we just need to develop these guys. So there's people that want to clip Ryan Day for bringing up defensive tackle depth.
Right.
Clip this too, because trust me, I was one of those Buckeyes that was pointing at these defensive tackles in the portal saying, oh my gosh, he's really good. We need him. Oh my gosh, he's really good. Let's go get him. He's going to help us. Well, you heard it, man. The staff there decided, now, man, what we got back here is just as good or better than what we're seeing out there. And us Buckeye fans wanted some of those D tackles in the portal. So, and I get, you can say coach speak all you want, but that goes both ways. You can say that for both comments, whatever one you want to use. But K-Mac, dude, I would say obviously there was an emphasis on changing and developing these defensive linemen in particular, because now there's a lot of physical changes and all the position groups, going around. But in particular, that defensive line, K-Mac, Will Smith Jr., right? He was around 280 all the time. He's about, he's up to 295 for sure.
Yeah.
And Edric Houston as well, 295 now, and has changed his body physically. So, there's something going on. There was an emphasis for these defensive linemen 100% in this offseason. But Duke is up. Let's see if it's going to load and bring him on here. Duke, can you hear us? Oh, I don't think this is going to work out too good.
Let's see. Give him a second. I mean, it's better than the last time when he came on.
I'm texting him. Try turning your camera off. Yeah. But so again, defensive line, I'll remove this and see if I'll be able to see it down below if it starts getting better. But so you got Will Smith Jr., K-Mac, and Edric Houston changed their bodies. And another one that we brought up here, let's see.
Is good now.
Duke, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you good now, brother. You were good. Now you good.
You might be good.
Now good. Yeah, it's I had to leave.
Oh, you were at the pickleball courts?
Yeah, I was going to set up my net. I had to claim my spot.
I'm glad you came to where it was important, man. Everybody, welcome. Welcome the man, the myth, the legend. This is why we're here for Duke.
Oh, stop it. Stop that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom pickleball player right there.
Well, Duke, we might want to cross our fingers and dive right into the meat of stuff while your service is good and things are going smoothly here. So obviously first day of fall camp. But before that, man, stuff had to lead up to fall camp, right? A lot of training being done from these Buckeyes, a lot of physical changes happening. Some of these freshmen, just including your son, Riley Pettijohn, eye-popping, right, transformations with their bodies. So let us know, man, what are you hearing and what are your thoughts, in particular from these freshmen right now and what they're doing inside the Woody?
Shoot, man, all I'm hearing, from Riley, well, one from seeing Riley and hearing, asking about the other guys in the class, man, is, everybody's been getting after it, man, and they look like they're ready. They're ready to contribute, man. They, got after it in the weight room, put on the weight that they needed to put on, and just been out there, on the field, with summer workouts and all, and like getting after it, man. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see them on the field, man. Because I know they chomping at the bit for that live action, or and to prove their worth, prove that hey, I am that guy. I can't contribute, early, and she was just based off of how Riley's been getting after it, man. I believe it's going to happen.
So what's the major difference that you've seen in the change of your son? Because I saw a picture today of him, and he looks like he ate a small human, and like just turned it all into muscle. Like he is massive.
Dude is rocked up, man. Like he looks like a Adonis, man. Like he was chiseled, out of rock. And I think he's put on he's up to like 230, little maybe over 230.
Yeah.
And still moving like he moves. So it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, man. He was telling me today he got he got most improved and some unanimous gold award for like grading out like 80% in like every area, and it's voted on by coaches and team leaders, I believe the weight room staff and the nutrition staff. So that says a lot, as far as like how his focus and discipline into preparing for the season. So hopefully the trend continues, and he's able to continue to gain their trust and earn some meaningful snaps this season.
Yeah. Now what you said, I don't want to take that lightly, because what we have to understand as Buckeye fans is, when these awards are handed out and a player like Riley gets most improved or gold or whatever, remind yourself of the people that are on this roster, the players that are on this roster, right? That somebody that wins that award would have to beat out. You know what I'm saying? So, on that note, talk about, the competitive nature specifically of that room that Riley's in, with Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles that look like defensive ends playing linebacker. What do you think that does to these freshmen, in particular your son, and how that pushes him to become a better football player?
I think it speaks to his competitiveness, man, and just wanting to chase greatness, and and doing everything necessary to get there along the way, and to have those guys there setting the tone, like Sonny and Arvell. You can't get it, you don't get any better than that. So it just says a lot that he's right there with them. And and as a coach, you're like, okay, what's next? And it just allows you to gauge what I can throw at this kid, as far as wanting to use him, in certain situations, and use him early, and because of the ability that he has to contribute, early. So it says a lot, man. And Sonny's setting the tone, and you know, he's right there. He see what great and good looks like, and you know, he's just, you know, chopping wood trying to get there. So and to have them recognize it, you know, as, you know, team leaders as well, you know, it says a lot too. Because again, you have to gain their trust too. You know, being on the field, that, you know, you're gonna go on the field and get it done. You know, be in the right place, make the right call. So, you know, yeah, I'm just extremely proud of the dude, man, and you know, all the guys that, you know, are, you know, showing that I can and I do belong here. So, you know, I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely. I believe I won't say it right now. I do feel it right now, but they have to prove it. But I think by the end of the season, everyone around nationally will be talking about LBU being back in Ohio. That's my personal opinion. I think
I'm right there with you.
In the country, all the way from top to bottom. I don't think anyone has the amount of depth that we have in terms of quality as well, right? Because in my opinion, Riley was the best linebacker in the country last year. That's just, if you look at the competition that he played, what he did in high school, he, in my opinion, was number one. I know some sites had him as number two, but I think he was number one. I think he played tougher competition than the guy that has number one. And I don't think people factor that in, because that does matter, like the level of competition you're playing.
Yeah, it does. It does. But, you know, we're on to the next now. Like, we're going to see, you know, and you know, that's what, you know, continually drives him, man, is, you know, is proving that. I mean, not to anyone else but himself. Right. So and you know, proof is in the pudding, man. He's already starting to do that. And I will say, I seen a picture of, I think it was he showed me a picture. It was him, Arvell, Sonny, and and Peyton, and boy, they look like some dudes.
Man, I haven't seen Peyton Pierce in a while. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen him. He looked
Peyton is yoked too. Yes, they're all just yoked, man.
Well, listen to that.
I was like, damn.
The other thing about that group that you just mentioned there, you can probably add TJ Alford in that group as well. But look at the versatility.
He just wasn't in the picture, but
Well, the versatility and the different skill sets that each of those players has, that's scary, right? Because Arvell's got his own little things. Sonny does. Peyton Pierce, that hard-nosed wrestler type linebacker. And you got Riley, who is just quicker than all get out, great in coverage, great in run support. Like the versatility there in those group of people in one picture, you just mentioned it. They get you excited when you talk about LBU, man. Without a doubt, it puts them in the argument. There's no way around that. Yeah,
for sure.
Hey, man, one thing that they all have in common, I'm just going to state this real quick and go ahead, Dev, but they all love to hit. And that's what you want to see from your linebackers. They all love to hit. And I'm telling you, Arch Manning's going to have a long day.
Oh boy. Man. I'm just trying to contain myself because I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. Oh my God, he is in for it.
Duke, I wanted to ask this for a minute to a parent, because I couldn't think of somebody else that would know an answer to this question better. But so at Ohio State, we hear about the culture, we hear about the brotherhood. Me and Mello have had enough experience, talked to enough people to know that is true, right? But then the next step is, okay, but what does that mean? What does that do for these players? What does that do for these individuals in their individual lives? So can you maybe tell us what's some of the biggest differences you've seen in Riley in regards to being around the culture and being around a brotherhood at Ohio State? What are the changes that you've seen in your son as a result of that?
They're not, like big changes, because that's kind of the way he was built, but now he's around more guys like him, and guys that are further along, so he sees the future, and what the continuity of being in that is going to do for him, and what it does for for life, and what we like as parents, and you get different levels of it just playing football, period, at a high level. But there it's elevated. So adversity is, they run to it. They run to adversity, right? And it's not like I have to figure, I have to get down and then build myself up. No, they work through adversity, and they're comfortable in adversity, right? And then so when you get into, back into the, the real life, working, regular job, those problems aren't looked at the same, right? So you're able to, handle a lot of things that, like regular people just aren't used to, or, they just blow out of proportion. Like, I'm having a bad day. Like, no, you don't know what a bad day looks like. Right.
Yeah.
And then, continue. And then you factor in the competitiveness, and, now they look like, oh man, how'd you do that? Now people are surprised at their success. No, you're not surprised. They were built that way. Right. Yeah. Just going through all this, because it's hard, not only physically, but mentally, especially for the younger guys, who, in the back of their mind, like, hey, I want to get on the field. I want to prove myself, and, and all the other stuff that's, going on in their life. But to still be able to lock in and, do the things that they're doing, at this young age is awesome to see, man. And it gets you excited about, the type of leaders they're going to be in the world, once they're, in that space.
Yeah. You mentioned something that I think we might take for granted as fans sometimes. You mentioned the pressure on the younger players, and just in general, when a freshman goes to any D1 school to play, there's pressure. But the difference here, man, is we always talk about it takes a certain type of individual to even want to come to Ohio State, because the level of competition, the rooms, the spots you got to fight for. So Ohio State's a special place. You add on top the pressure that the fan base creates, and playing at Ohio State, it's a little bit different than your average D1 school. We're the largest fan base in the nation, right? The most popular team in the nation, with the craziest fan base, because we're the largest number, right? So you add all that, and believe it or not, man, you just can't get away from it anymore. As much as they protect themselves from social media and stuff in today's world, they do not escape it completely. No. They have to deal with that aspect of it as well. So when we say, or we hear people like you say, it takes a special type of individual to sign up to come to a program like this, we mean it takes a special individual to go through this. So when you add that on top of a person that's winning awards amongst these type of individuals, you're even talking another layer of special type of football player in the equation. Yeah. So,
and you gotta want that, man. I mean, that's that's not to say, it's not, at the Alabamas, the the Texases, that it's not happening there, but I feel like, there's no, PR, people trying to make it easier for you either. You know what I mean? Like, and they're just blocking it out and dealing with it. Right. Yeah. But what also is true is it's, they're insulated in their mindset, because, it's just about the football. They're not worried about any other distractions. So they may see, something, like fans are saying, but, they take it with a grain of salt. But they're not all, at least I don't see them all, on social media doing, this type of video, drawing attention to themselves, or, or anything like that. So that tells me they're focused on next season and being the best they can be, when it's time to hit that field.
So I saw some today. Jeremiah and Coach Day did an interview, and they were talking about the city of Columbus just in general, 2 million people in the city. Coach Day said The players can't go downtown because they would just get mobbed because their celebrities is the biggest thing in Ohio, right? It's the best sports team in Ohio. So they are like already NFL players. That's how they're getting treated. JJ says everything he orders, he can't go to Target, he can't go grocery shopping, he just has it delivered. Otherwise, he would get mugged. But one thing I noticed that I thought was interesting was I think he said they have real life Wednesdays or something like that. And and that they've talked about it a lot, and it's keeping everybody level headed and humble. And that's why you're not seeing. And he specifically said that's why people aren't getting tickets and getting in car accidents and doing all this other stuff, which we know other programs that are elite, it's happening there, right? But I don't know. I think that speaks more to the culture. But can you speak to that Real Life Wednesday and what you think of it? What's your perspective on it and what they're doing as a program here?
That's one of the things, you know, it's so crazy. Like going through the recruiting, we're really not that. So much has happened, but we're just not that far removed from it. But that was one of the, one of the things that, you know, really stuck out to us, and we love that they had that in place, and you know the guys that they bring, and they talk about different aspects of things they may encounter, just being a college athlete and a student athlete, and from Real Life Wednesdays to the fellowship, the Bible studies, and just keeping them grounded, so they know who they're accountable to. So that's always in the back of the mind. So you're not worried that they're going to do crazy things. Like I'm offended when somebody says like, because kids are, you don't want him to do this. Like, no, he won't do that and that, because one, I know my son and I know where he is, and that he won't do or put himself in a dumb situation like that. And at Ohio State, they prepare them for that. So I don't know what actually goes on in those meetings, but I'm sure they give different scenarios, real life scenarios that have and can happen, as examples. So they already know, they're already ahead of the game, and kind of got the answer to the test already. So, but that speaks to the leadership there, that and the awareness that Coach Day has. And like I said, I might have like told you earlier, and that's what I feel this affinity to like Coach Day, man, is because he's a dad first.
Yeah.
Right. And you can see that in the intentional way he makes sure he has things in place to, build and grow these young men, and pour into them, the right things, so that they are fully developed on and off the field.
And I forgot to put that in. Day's last comment when he was speaking this was saying how the players are well prepared for the NFL. So when they transition to the NFL, being a celebrity and all that, and what comes along with being a celebrity is not new to them. It's not foreign. Right. They've already experienced it all through college. So they already know how to circumnavigate all of that and get around it and maneuver themselves as professional athletes, because they're basically already professional athletes. But that's all I wanted to say in terms of that.
Yeah. Real fast before we continue, want to remind people, hit that like button, please hit the subscribe button as well. Duke, what I wanted to say, man, is, dude, like, to try to think in a parent's perspective, dude, that has to be a huge weight off your shoulders to like be able to trust like Ohio State. And you've been able to say out loud, like, man, I know where my son's at. I'm not worried about that because number one, I know who my son is. And number two, I know where he's at. Just imagine that's a rare statement to be able to say in today's world when you're sending your kid to college, right? Because all these things. So that speaks to Coach Day and that program like crazy. If it's actually giving you the confidence to say, I know where my son's at. I know the type of people he's around, and therefore I know he's safe. Like, I can't imagine the weight that takes off a parent's shoulders to be able to say that and to believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, having, the ability to, reach out and check in. Like if I feel, if or you know, my wife or I feel like something is off, we know we can call this position coach. We know we can call, you know, our coach Day or any of the support staff to, you know, like get their insight and ask, hey, is he not telling us something that, you know, we need to know? You know, how are you? So, you know, it's a it is a comfort, no, like knowing that, and they mean it, right? Not just like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, you can call us anytime, and then, you know, you try to call them and they don't pick up or pass you off to somebody else, you know. So yeah, it definitely is a relief.
Yeah. So Duke, I know you don't have too awful long, man. Probably good to get off here. I just had one more question for you. This is gonna be a fun one, man, because just a quick reminder, people, man. Duke played at the highest level, man. He was a baller himself. So on that note, by now, I'm sure you've watched your son enough to maybe watch him do something and it reminds you of your game. So what are one or two things while you're watching Riley that remind you of yourself when you were playing ball, man?
His motor.
Yeah.
His motor. Like dude can go, like, and go and go and go and go, and you won't know, like, what, like, hey, why isn't this dude tired? You know, and that and this is his love of just like football, just like all of it. The, you know, the preparation, the violence, you know, just and just dominating another. Like I see so much of me, and he's way more. He's a better athlete than I am. Well, yeah, he's a better athlete than me. Yeah.
Do you tell him this, or do you like play like, nah, I'll kick your butt about the same age?
Do I? Yeah, no. Well, you know, well, shoot, I'm just as competitive, so no.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. He's gonna have to make me. He's just gonna have to find out, right? You're just gonna have to find out. But yeah, he know we is. I mean, shoot, all my kids about probably better athletes than me at this point, you know. But he can't shoot better than me, so he still can't do that.
Is he more yoked than you?
Why are dads always better at horse or pig? I mean, man, dude, when I played basketball, I shot and trained all day long. My dad never picked up basketball, but I could never beat him in horse or pig. It's mental, man. It got in my head mental. All the time. Yeah,
we start talking. We gotta get you off your game. You start trying harder.
Better than they dad. You know what I mean? You know what makes you tick. Put you a little.
Right. And Mello, what did you ask me?
I said at the same age, who was more yoked, you or Riley? If you could remember back then.
Same age, dang.
Yeah.
No, at his age, I was 215.
Oh yeah,
I didn't wait. I didn't put that. It took me a year to get to 230.
Dang.
Yeah. It took at the end of my freshman season, I was at 230.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't like all the numbers he's putting up. I didn't put up those numbers.
Yeah.
He's faster than me. Hasn't, you know, he hasn't beat my vertical yet, so I'm still holding on to that.
Yes,
well, shoot, actually, no. Did he? No, he tied it. He's tied it. You know, he tied it. He tied it. So I'm still holding on. Holding on. But yeah, no, he's way better athlete than I am.
I lied to you, man.
What?
Well, Mello, did you ask him something? You got something else to ask him?
No, I'm done. I'm good. I talk to him all the time.
Well, I lied to you. I got one more, man. We'll let you get off here. I know you got to go, but
no, go ahead.
Okay, let's hear it, man. These fans, we lost Jim Knowles, lost all our defensive line, lost a lot of defensive talent. Man, is the defense, our defense this year, opinions? We holding up? We just as good as last year? We top 5? We better than last year? Where we at, man?
Sure, like realistically, I think with I mean, All right, so we got a new DC, new scheme, got like new toys. So that gives you an edge because teams have to prepare for that longer. They got to go like deep in the
Yeah.
deep in the bag to research him. So that's gonna take a lot of time in prep. You got to or you got to dumb stuff down, in preparation for that, or you try to do too much in preparation for that, right? But you don't really know. So we have that edge. Got a lot more athleticism defensively this year, right?
Yeah.
And a smart DC is gonna use that. You're gonna simplify things and just let them go. So there's that. And so with all that, I'll say yeah, definitely top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10 defense. And then like starting out, I think we can finish the season in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
No, like no doubt about it.
I agree with you. And it's kind of crazy to say that I think there's more athleticism on this year's defense than there was last year. Like that's a crazy thing to say, but I mean,
It's
you
a
look at
true
our
statement.
linebacker. Yeah. I mean, it's, it was just a different team last year, but top 10 defense. I believe that's going to be easy for our Buckeyes this year, just off the simple fact of who we have on the field. Like that physical talent is, in the top, it's top in the nation, tied with Alabama, 89% blue chip ratio. So it's like, we're loaded, man. But Duke, man, it's been awesome, bro. We're getting you back on here for sure, bro.
No doubt.
Hopefully you guys have a Pops Pod episode here soon. But even so,
yeah, I'm gonna holler at that.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt, man. Oh yeah, and that D tackles, he's all right. He's gonna be all right.
He's gonna be all right. Okay.
He's gonna be all right.
Buckeye fans.
So you getting ready for your little pickleball? Who you playing? You playing Sloan?
No, she can't play today, but Sloan is nice, man.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how she just doesn't play, comes back out and just smashing everybody.
It's genetic.
She is.
It's
she
genetic.
is. Yeah.
Come on, I gotta
she's had a great off season.
Yes, I've been watching. I'm following. So
she has a great off season. She's about to
when we come out there for SC Dallas, hopefully you guys are in there. I could come watch a game.
Yeah.
This year.
For sure.
So
we'll be here. We'll be here.
All right, Duke.
Yeah.
Appreciate the heck out of you, brother. We'll catch you next time, all right?
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Take care.
Go Bucks.
Peace out.
OH, man.
IO.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't know if Buckeye fans, if you heard that little nugget he slipped in there.
Go ahead. Tell them.
Edric's going to be all right. Okay. So out of all the message boards you've went and read today, all the articles you've read, all the Twitter posts, this is not me boasting. It's me telling you because I just know if you're going to listen to somebody about the state of Edric, I would listen very closely to what just came out of his mouth. So Edric's going to be fine. So rest assured. But man, hey, another verification of things that we have been talking about and we have thought to be the case inside the Woody, coming directly from a player's parent mouth who is very much involved and in contact with his son and knowing what's going on, essentially 5-star linebacker Riley Pettijohn, man. So, to continue a little bit of our conversation, we've got a couple minutes, man. Defensive line, I was about to go in on Jarquez Carter.
Yeah.
Here at the Buckeye Boyz, he was probably one of our biggest sleepers in that class. We've said it 100 times. We did a specific video about Jarquez Carter contributing to this team. He's sneaking into the 2 deep. He's up to about 300 pounds already. And he's an absolute monster, bro. So defensive tackle, we've been saying all along, give these backup guys a chance. They have all of this summer to train and get stronger and bigger. And that's exactly what they did. I'm telling you, there was an extra motivation and a sense of urgency from the coaching staff, particularly in the defensive tackle room. And that urgency has turned into the physical transformations of all the D tackles, particularly K-Mac, Edric Houston, Will Smith Jr., Jarquez Carter,
Yep.
and who was Taiwan Malone.
Yep.
And then another sleeper, I'm just going to add to it, man, a couple of the conversations, man, Eric Mensah. I mean, he was Eric Mensah outside the top 1,000 players in the country, but his name gets brought up too much for me to not start to get excited and mention his name.
Yeah.
Was committed to Virginia Tech. We came in at the last moment and got him. And you'll see. He's a sleeper. Remember the name Eric Mensah and Jarquez Carter. They'll be on the field together as a Buckeye defensive tackle. So, Mello, let us hear about the defensive ends, man. And hopefully we can get to the little bit of the line. Maybe hopefully finish the defense if we go fast.
I hit the D ends earlier, but I'll just reiterate it real quick.
Then go to linebackers or safety or something.
Okay, so at safety, I don't believe Caleb practiced today. I think they had Malik Hartford and Jalen McClain playing, which I actually like that because you give Caleb Downs a lot of time to recover. He's so cerebral and so intellectually gifted in terms of this game, besides just the physical gifts that he already possesses, that it won't take him much time to get ready for the season. Like, you could let him come in late next week on camp and start playing a little bit and get game ready, get used to the contact for Texas. But he doesn't need all those mental reps. But we have two young safeties that we're going to be relying on. They're both going to play. They're both going to be huge contributors. So getting them extra reps and extra snaps is going to be key to the success on the back end of our defense, which is going to allow the front end of our defense to get home. So I love that they're doing that. I love that they're going to get, I believe they got 48 more snaps by the way they set up practice than what they normally would get during a regular season practice.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, linebackers, absolutely loaded. Defensive end, we are loaded, man. Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson, being leaders in that room, as well as CJ Hicks as well, who obviously noticeably has put on a lot of weight. So I'm very interested to see what he does.
Yeah.
He's in that gotta show me category. That's no disrespect or nothing. It's just what it is, man. In this game of big boy football, man, you got to show us. And I think he can, and I think he will. Linebackers, dude. I mean, you just heard, I'm not even going to go there, but just a plethora of ridiculousness in that room.
Take care.
But then you go to the secondary and you can say the same same dang thing. So Iggy had an interception today, man, doing his thing. Let's see, who else did I hear? Bryce West's name got brought up to me today. And then also, man, Devin Sanchez. Everybody that saw Devin Sanchez today is now trying to rack their brain about how he could not be on the field.
Told you.
So, yeah.
They're saying that forever. He's day one starter. You're not keeping him off the field, man.
The room is so loaded that it's hard to say he's going to be a starter.
Yeah.
But, man, what we're hearing is it's just like, man, he's not going to not be a starter because he's not good enough to be a starter. He's good enough to replace some of these guys, but there's still you got to control certain aspects of your team, the culture, leadership. People put in the time, and if people are pretty close, right, you could have somebody with way more skill, but some guy has more experience and knowledge. You're going to be around that air. But Devin Sanchez, man, my goodness gracious, dude. Like, for everybody
he's
talking about him.
Like, I'm standing on that 10 toes, but it really doesn't matter because what I heard what they're doing with the corner room is everybody's going to be playing pretty much starter snaps anyway. They're going to be doing a lot of rotation. But to me, I think the three starters are Devin Sanchez, Jermaine, and Iggy. That's my opinion. Yeah. And we'll see.
And then the safety, that safety competition is the most heated competition going on inside the Woody right now between Jalen McClain and Malik Hartford. I will say Jalen McClain last year, super impressive, right? Mm-hmm. Really, really good as a freshman. But Hartford has taken the bigger leap in the offseason. Physically, mentally, leadership-wise, at least that's the intel I have gotten. But all that did was kind of put him up there at McClain's level where McClain was originally, if that helps make sense. And they both got a little bit different skill sets. Yeah. But people are extremely excited, man.
So, Dev, with that, what you just said is key. Like they both have different skill sets. So I think you could see both of them starting depending on the team we're playing because their skill sets is literally opposite. Malik Hartford is I'm coming down, I will stuff the run, and I'm going to hit anything coming across the middle. And Jalen McClain is more of a ball hawk, right? And the reason we didn't see a lot of Malik Hartford last year is because he was injured. So he couldn't really play. He was hurt.
Yeah.
So we got to keep that in mind as well.
I think there's a little bit of a misnomer going around, and I think it's on purpose because the Buckeyes, don't want people thinking too much. I think a lot of people think we're going to see a lot of like the same defenses we saw last year, and I'm beginning to not think that at all. I think you're going to see a lot of changes on the defensive side of the ball, a lot more than what you think we are right now, and I think that goes all the way through rotation. I think we will see more rotation this year than we ever have. And I think Matt Patricia has a huge part in that because there are so many weapons, and that's his number one favorite thing to do. Utilize the specific skill set of a specific player for a specific situation. And there are so many different situations throughout the game that I think you're going to see a lot of transferring in and out or subbing in and out of players. But let me get this in real fast, man.
I think you're right on that, man. I think we're going to come back and we're going to circle back to what you just said just now. I almost want you to say it one more time so people can hear it because I think you're 100% right.
That we're going to see a lot more changes than we anticipate, in particular with the subbing in and out of players. Like I think that's going to happen. But just so you guys know, we're going to do another show tonight, man. Buckeye Backers. Go follow them on Twitter. Go follow them on YouTube. Part of the media, man, it was there at the practice today and will be the rest of the week. We're going to be joining him. He's going to be joining us tonight at, I think, around like 10 p.m. A late show. But even more exciting, on Saturday, we're dropping a show, and he's going to be attending all the practices. So he'll be on Saturday. So we will have somebody on here, eyes on the field, essentially, and we're going to be going over everything that he saw. Tonight, he'll go over what he saw as well. I'll pull his Twitter page up. He's got a lot of videos shared on there that he took. So, gonna be exciting, man. For sure. Mello, anything final to add before we get off?
Buckeye Nation, I need your help, man. My daughter got nominated for Athlete of the Year, and I need you guys to go over to our Buckeye Boyz X account and just vote. It's free. You can vote one time every day for free. All you have to do is have a Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, I understand, but we would greatly appreciate the help. We love you guys. Thank you.
Now, Mello said something incorrect there. He stated that if you don't have a Facebook page, we understand. That's incorrect. We don't understand. Go make a Facebook page so you can specifically vote on this. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
we're family. Go make a Facebook page and vote for his daughter, or we're going to find you. But anyway, that's exciting news, man. Good stuff, dude. That's what I told you, man. Like real life goes on outside of our fantasy world of college football. Isn't it crazy? Guys, chat, am I wrong? Do you also get in this little fantasy world when you're talking or watching college football? It's like my own little safe zone where like nothing else is in my head when I'm talking about Ohio State football.
Right.
So look at that. Lucia just voted.
Thank you, Lucia. I appreciate
Shane,
you.
no social accounts. Okay, Shane, well, what that means is you need to call a family member that has a social account and tell them to go vote, Shane. That'll help us out.
I appreciate you guys. But, nothing better than Buckeye Nation, BBZ family, and Buckeye School family. I appreciate all of you.
Yeah. No doubt, man. Got some a fun show planned tonight and on Saturday as well. So please stay tuned for that. Tomorrow or next week, another loaded slate of interviews that you guys are going to want to be a part of. So appreciate the support, man. Do not forget to hit that like button. And please go over to our Buckeye Boyz channel, man. Hit subscribe. Comment on it too. All that stuff. It helps the analytics and it moves our video up on the list of about 1,000 Ohio State YouTubers. I know there's a bunch of them out there, but we try to do things a little differently here on the Buckeye Boyz, and hopefully you guys can see that. We love bringing recruits and players and anybody else we can on here so you can hear it directly from their mouth. We're not real big on the He said, well, I know because dude told me he knows a dude that said something about a dude to the janitor that knows the guy's son type of information. You know,
Right.
we try to stray away from that. But B Moses in Nevada on next, I do believe. So
Yep.
stay tuned for that. Check them out and join us tonight on our late night show. But we appreciate the heck out of you guys for watching. On that note, go Buckeyes, man. OH.
Yo, I got mine right here, baby.
Yes, sir. These are sick, man.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
are.
I know I closed the show already, but just
No, you're
guys,
good. I don't care.
do me a favor, man. Do me a favor.
Mhm.
Somebody go get some cups from this dude at Drip King Cups. Go check him
Yeah.
out, dude. These are sick, real high quality Yeti cups, man. They're really really nice. Hit him up, get a cup from him. Appreciate
Especially
y'all.
if you're
Please.
trying to increase your water, because my water intake has increased massively since I got this. It just tastes better out of it, and it's always cold. I know it's
No
a sad
doubt,
thing
man.
to say, but it's
No
true.
doubt, man. No doubt, dude. Peace.